We'll start with just some open arm twists this morning. So we'll start out palms up, thumbs back. And we're just going to start by twisting all the way back, keeping the arms open. And then we can go to a couple pulses where we'll go twice. Come back a little bit, and then a little bit more. And one more time. Now we'll go palms down, back and forth. Make sure that trailing arm stays in line with the leading arm. And we'll do a couple pulses. Good. All right, now a couple hamstring scoops. So we'll put one foot out and forward, slightly bend the back knee, dip down and swing past the ankle. We'll do 10 on each side. Ready, go. And we'll switch. Good. Now we'll do a couple forward fold variations. So we'll start out hands up and overhead, reach back, and just nice and slow, folding from the hips, not the waist, down and forward, sort of pushing the butt back, feeling the hamstrings pull a little bit, come all the way down between. Hands can touch the ground, hands cannot touch the ground, it's fine. Flip the hands, fingers pointing behind you, and reach down as far under as you can. Knees can bend a little bit at this point. And then we'll straighten the knees, pull the hands back. We'll come back up. Just do a couple of those nice and slow. Reach under. If the knees have to bend, it's fine. And pull the hands back towards you by straightening the knees. Letting them come straight back up again. And back down. Bending from the hips. And we'll go up and over heads. Relax the arms. Now we're going to roll forward. So we'll let the chin come down first. Chin comes down nice and slow. Feet just about shoulder width apart. And slowly let the shoulders roll forward. Let the hands get heavy. Rolling one vertebrae at a time. Starting with the upper back. Shoulders are loose. Rolling down nice and slow. Down into the lumbar spine. You can adjust the feet slightly if you have to. Walk them in, walk them out. We're going down until we start to feel it pulling on the hamstrings. Knees are staying straight. And we fold down until we're just about hanging on the hamstrings. Hands are not touching the ground, we're just hanging. And then we can just slightly straighten one leg, bend the other, back and forth. We'll put the hands on the ground, walk the feet in a little bit, and we'll walk ourselves around to the left. Hold it, exhale. This can be with knees a little bent, can be with knees straight, whatever you can do. Bring it back around to the middle. And off to the right. Hold it, exhale. Back to the middle. And off to the left. Back to the middle. And off to the right. And we'll come back to the center. Hands come up off the ground. Straighten the knees and hang. Shift the legs back and forth a little bit again. Straighten one hamstring, bend the other. Now we'll start to pull ourselves back up, starting with the lower spine. Straightening one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Feeling the hips starting to come under the spine. Shoulders are staying forward. Hips start to come under the shoulders. Shoulders start to roll back. Head comes up. Let the arms come open and arch back. And relax, shake them out a little bit. All right, one more time, forward fold. Start hands up. This is just going to be a normal forward fold from the hips. So we'll fold down. Touching the ground in front of the toes this time. And we're going to open the left hand up to the sky. Keep the right hand on the ground. And open up. And back down. You go right hand up, left hand on the ground. And repeat the left side. And right side up. Now we'll do it one last time hanging. So I'm going to get my weight off of my hands. My hands are now just hanging. Right hand is not touching the ground, and I'm going to open up the left hand. Feel it in the hamstrings, straighten one leg, straighten the other. And back down, still hanging. And right hand up. And down, and now from this position, I'm going to straighten those hamstrings. I'm going to reach my arms up. Head down between the biceps. Push the butt back. Weight is a little bit on the heels. Reach the hands forward. I'm going to feel it all up the hamstring. Reach. And one more pulse from that position. All right, we'll let the hands relax. All right, hands up. Biceps next to the ears. Push the butt back. Push the hands forward. And relax, stand back up. Very good. All right, let's start with a couple. I'm going to do a couple arm swings. So just start front to back small. We'll slowly get bigger. And other direction, starting small. And slowly getting bigger. Good. We'll reach right arm across the body. Hook the elbow. Pull. Should feel right out here in the shoulder. You can relax it and try it again. And other side, relax them, swing them. And other side. Hooking my arm right around my elbow, just on the upside of my elbow, pulling it across. And relax it. Now go over heads. Put the elbow right on top of your head. Hold the wrist. And we're just going to gently lean, just gentle pulses. Real slow and light on this. And then you can start to go a little longer into a stretch. Pulling it all up the lats. Good. Other side. Slow pulses to start. Oh, this one's tight today. Really slow pulses. And start to elongate into a hold. And relax it. Very good. All right, so let's sit down on the ground. Relax, twist it out a little bit. Now we're going to go to the left. Not bouncing, just gently pulsing, going in at the same speed you would if you were going to go to a stretch, and just not holding the stretch. Now go off to the right. Twist it out, loosen things up a little bit between. Feel free to bend the knees, rotate the hips anytime. Good. All right, so now we'll get to the point where we can go a little wider. If you feel like you're getting wide and can no longer stay off of the tailbone, so if I'm opening up wide and I'm back on the tailbone, then you can give it a couple tries, but if you feel like it's up in the upper body, just go into a butterfly. So just switch to the butterfly. I'm going to give it one more shot at this width, starting forward. Get off the tailbone. Good. Twist it out. Off to the left. Good. And off to the right. Again, anytime you need to, rotate the hips a little bit, twist out the spine. Good. And relax it. Now we'll go, if you just did butterfly, we'll do it one more time. If you didn't, we'll go to butterfly. So I'm just going to pull myself up onto my sit bones a little bit here, just kind of wiggle it around, settle in a little bit. Now I'm going to let the feet come a little bit further away from my body than they would if I was doing the butterfly stretch. Tailbone up off the ground. I'm going to do the same thing. Pulse forward about 10 times. And we'll go off to the left. And think about reaching the opposite hand across, right? Get a little stretch through the back, through the lats as you reach across. And then you can think about, as you're reaching, is the knee coming up? Am I reaching, keeping the knee down? Either one can work. They just kind of stretch different things here. And off to the right. Good. Let's pull butterfly in, and we'll go up and down on the leg. So we're going to pull up, press down, about 10 times. Good. And we'll get out of here on time. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And now we'll hold it down. All right, we'll switch to the other side. No, I don't even like thinking about that stuff. I used to, when I raced, I used to block out. I would, in my mind, pretend there was not a race until the bow was facing the finish line. So on the warm up, I would just sit there and it was just a practice, right? Just a warm up, and then as soon as we went around the marshalling area and we were facing the other way, then I started to think about it, because if I started to think about it too early, I'd start to get overly anxious. All right, now let's hold it down. Good, now we'll pull both in, pull the feet in nice and tight, and we're going to squeeze with the glutes, right? We're going to pull both knees down. Good. Now you can do this next one. You can do either, we generally do it cross-legged. We can try it butterfly or cross-legged, but we'll just do some pulses, some twists. So right hand across to left knee, left hand is behind, supporting the spine straight, and just pull yourself around a few times. Exhale into the twist. And re-straighten the spine, and we'll twist and hold. And again, this doesn't need the neck, it doesn't require the neck. You can twist without craning your neck all the way around. And release it. Go to the other side. Back arm straightens the spine. Left arm pulls you around. Just gentle pulses. Not bouncing. Not trying to get further with momentum, just warming things up a little. And re-straighten and exhale into a hold. Good. Relax it. Twist it out a few times. Now we'll go into some hamstring stretches. So one leg in, one leg out, and we'll reach out. And hopefully this is starting out a little bit looser because we've done some of those pulses with the split. As I'm doing it, I'm pushing my heel away from the body, pushing my tailbone away from the body. And I can slightly turn. Let's take our, normally we reach out with our opposite hand. Let's take our same hand as foot, reach out, even if I'm not touching, this is fine, and just twist away while you're reaching. All right, so if you're on your foot, you can hold onto the foot and actually pull on it a little bit as you twist away. If you're not touching the foot, you just reach out and just keep the hand pointed at the foot as you twist away. Good. And we'll get the glute. Just cross over and squeeze it in. And we'll switch legs. So leg out, leg in, and we'll reach down. Starting with the opposite hand, reaching out as far as it can go. Pushing the heel away from me, rolling the tailbone off of the ground. You can release it at any time, right? If it gets too tight, if you're feeling it right behind the knee, if you're feeling it very tight, sharp, maybe not pain, but sharp pull behind the knee, bend your knee just a little bit. We want to stretch the muscles, not the ligaments. Or the tendons. Good. And now we'll reach same hand out. So right hand is on right foot or left hand is on left foot, and we'll twist away. And again, you're either holding the foot, leaning back against it, or you're just pointing at the foot and twisting open. Good. Go to glutes. release it. Let's get the glutes just a little bit more this morning. So I'm gonna sit back on my tailbone, hands behind me. I'm gonna put one foot up on the other. So I've got my left ankle up. Sorry, I got my right ankle. I can't tell right from left this morning. Right ankle up on my left leg. I'm gonna walk myself forward, butt is off the ground, and then I'm just gonna put my right ankle up. I should be feeling this all up outside of my butt. You can reposition whatever you think is going to get it a little better. Some people, if I arch my back, the sinking down is going to get it. Some people are going to get it a little more by having their butt on the ground and sort of pressing their chest forward. You can reposition however you need. Good. Relax it. Switch. Other foot up. Draw the knee in. Butt off the ground to find a position and sink down. Chest comes towards the shin. And again, reposition anytime. Placement of your foot on your knee is also going to change it, right? So if I put more of my ankle on my knee, like sort of shin on knee, it's going to get a little more on the outside of my butt. If I get more like my foot on my knee, it's going to be a little more up towards the center line of my body. Good. Relax that. Shake the arms out a little bit. Now we'll come on to hands and knees. Do some cat-cow. So we're round the back, head down. Arch the back, head up. And just go back and forth a few times. And we'll walk ourselves off to the left. And same thing, gently arch the back. Gently around the back. And we'll off to the right. Same thing. Round it up. Arch down. Good. Back to center. Since we spent all that time sort of bending the back to reach forward, let's go down into child's pose. We'll walk ourselves out. Stretch down. I'm keeping my elbows rolled down towards the ground. And as I'm pressing my chest down to the ground, I'm still staying slightly above the shoulders. The shoulders are very slightly rolled forward and towards each other. If I got the shoulders out here, I'm not doing anything. I'm just going down between them. So once your hands close together, rolling my elbows down to the ground, I should feel that pull all up the underside. All right, and we'll come forward. So I'm going to go forward onto my stomach. Hands will be back by my waist. Tops of my feet are pressing into the ground. And I'm going to arch up, pull the hands off the ground, and pull the elbows behind me. trying to touch my elbows together behind my back, not literally. Back up and hold it. And down. And we'll come back up, same position. Hands off the ground, arch the back. Squeezing the elbows together behind you. Squeezing the scapulas together. And down. And one more time. Up. And down. And push ourselves back up into child's pose. And we'll walk it around one time here. Maybe two. So we'll walk it off to the left. Exhale. Go a tiny bit further. Good. Walk it back to center. And slowly walk ourselves off to the right. You can stop anywhere that you feel it's starting to pull and just press down, right? Start to feel a little pull. Let the body sink down to the ground a little bit. Relax it. You can maybe go back a step, sink down again. And try to go a little further. Sink down. And a little further. Sink down. All right, we'll come back to center. All right, just a couple more things and we'll get out of here and watch the race. All right, so we're going to come forward, up on all fours, put one leg out to the side. My other knee is going to be out a little bit. I don't want it directly under. I want this knee a little bit wide. I can use my toe of my right leg to support my weight a little bit as I come back, or it can be on the top of the foot, whatever's more comfortable. And I'm just going to sink back, stretching all up under the hamstring here, into the adductors. Should feel it in the upper inner hamstring. And we'll sink back and hold it. And come back up, back to the center. Shake the hips out a little bit. And we'll do the other side. Right leg out, sole of the foot is flat on the ground, toes pointing forward. I'm going to shift this knee out just a little bit. Whatever's comfortable, but if it's directly under, you won't get quite the stretch. And we're just going to pulse back. You can support yourself behind you on your toe or on the top of your foot. And we'll sink back and hold. You can change your hand position to support your weight if you need to. Good. And we'll come back up. Sit up. Stretch the back out. Give the spine a little twist. And we'll leave it just a little short today so we get some time to watch the race. All right, thank you very much, guys. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. So one of the things I was talking about with the